two-party system. Hello class, my name is Professor Kaplan, and I'm here today to talk to you about something rather ordinary here in the American political system. These things that I'm referring to are known as two-party systems. What is a two-party system, I hear you ask? Well, a two-party system is a political system in which, contrary to the name, any number of parties can be present. However, in a two-party system, only two parties dominate over all elections for all offices of government. In other words, all governmental offices are held by one of these two parties. What I'm trying to say here is that even though it's called a two-party system, that doesn't mean that there are only two parties. Rather, there tends to be many smaller parties that also compete. Those two major parties just tend to dominate the polls all the time. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, where can I find these mysterious and magical two-party systems? In response to that question, many places have had or currently have a two-party system. One of the greatest examples of this would be the United States of America. Here in America, the two parties that hold all the power in this two-party system are the Democrats and the Republicans. They tend to be the two parties vying for every office spot, with other smaller third parties present, but never really in contention. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Why is it only two parties? Why not have more parties? Well, it all comes down to the idea of winner takes all. In America, most of the states have a winner-takes-all method of amassing electoral college votes. As a result of this, a candidate gets all the electoral college votes from a state if they get more votes than the other candidates running. Whoa. How can winner-takes-all create a two-party system? Well, if you would just wait a few seconds, you would know that I was getting to that. Now, there are two ways that winner-takes-all can create a two-party system. First off, smaller, weaker parties tend to create alliances with the parties that are winning. These winning parties thus gain more power and dominate more than before. Winning parties then gain even more weak party support, and the cycle continues until there are only two parties realistically in contention for every single election. The other way that a winner-takes-all system could lead to a two-party system is through the voters. The voters who are voting for the weaker parties keep watching their party lose elections over and over again, and thus feel like their vote is becoming unimportant. As a result of this, the voters tend to congregate towards the winning parties, where they feel like their votes could make a difference. The weaker parties thus lose support, while the more powerful parties gain support. In the end, two parties tend to come out dominant and become the only parties realistically in contention for every single election for every office. Fun fact of the day, this congregation of voters towards the main parties is called polarization. Yeah, that's a fun fact if I ever heard one. Now I know what you guys are thinking, that this whole two-party system thing is really interesting. But you haven't even gotten to the best part. You still don't even know the advantages of a two-party system. Well, I'm about to let you know. In case you didn't already realize it from the picture, one of the advantages of a two-party system is the fact that it's thought of as being more stable, and as a result, easier to govern. With only two real parties in every office, the government becomes easier to manage. Another advantage for the two-party system is the fact that more can get done with only two parties arguing rather than 10. Another advantage of the two-party system is the fact that the two-party system also discourages the appearance of radical parties that would be rejected by the public and promotes the use of common positions on issues in order to appeal to the most people within the nation. Well, I hear you say, you gotta be sold. I mean, the two-party system just seems like the perfect system. Why doesn't everyone have this absolutely fantastic system? Well, as with everything, it also has its cons. With two parties always dominating, the alternate views of other parties tend to be ignored. Sadly, with two parties ruling over elections, the third parties really have no say, and their views on issues end up being passed over. The two-party system thus discourages debate, and the third party tends to get ignored. Another disadvantage on two-party systems would be the fact that two-party systems really don't open up a full diversity of viewpoints on issues. With only two parties, there really tends to only be two viewpoints on these issues. However, systems with multiple parties tend to create a more diverse set of viewpoints on these issues. Well, that's two-party systems in a nutshell. I hope you found this interesting, but we're out of time for today. My name is Ben Kaplan, and I hope to see you on the next Crash Course. Goodbye, everyone.